right now, I got to go live to the trading desk. I got Victor Adair on with me. Great conversation with James Thorne, who you know. And it just brings me, I got to come right to you, Victor, and say, hey, what have you been up to in the markets?
Well, for my short-term trading accounts, Mike, and short-term for me means like a few days to a few months. My current positions are I'm long the U.S. dollar index. I'm long the U.S. dollar against Canada. I'm long the U.S. dollar against the yen. And I'm long the U.S. dollar against the Australian dollar. That's on the currency side. In commodities, I am short of WTI crude oil. I'm short of gold. In interest rates, I'm short of bonds. And in the stock market, just here at the end of this week, I started to write some calls on the American stock market, thinking maybe it's a little overdone. A big part of the way I trade, by the way, is that I see dramatic swings in the sentiment in the market as providing opportunities to buy markets that are oversold, to sell markets that are overbought. Just like James was saying a few minutes ago, you get these emotional swings in the market, and that gives you opportunities to sort of go the opposite way of what people who are reacting to the emotional swings are doing.
Well, we've been talking on the show, and I'm very proud we have. You have done it, I've done it, talking about one of the key factors that you just alluded to in your own trading account. You're playing the U.S. dollar to go up against Canada, against the yen, against Aussie. Really, I think it plays a part in the commodity side, too. And
right.
that's still the key thing you're obviously looking at.
Yeah, I mean, I have some core market opinions, I guess, and one of them is I think the U.S. dollar is in a bull market. And when I'm looking to do a trade, if the trade lines up with that, then I'm likely to be a little more aggressive with it than if I'm going against that. And my main trading idea going ahead, I think, will be to look to different ways to ride the U.S. dollar bull market. When you look at the Canadian dollar, okay, we always look at that. We live here. Let me say this. Canada is particularly vulnerable to weak oil prices, okay? But what is really the story is it's the U.S. dollar going up, not Canada going down.
Let me come to a couple of quick ones here, a little further explanation. I got to ask you about gold because got a lot of people think that's a new bull market, but they may be talking longer term. We certainly have, you've been rewarded, for your short gold position of a couple of weeks ago with a pretty good decline. But you're still in the trade, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the past couple of months I've been warning, let's say that, about what I call a positioning risk in gold. Now, gold had a high back in 2011. It fell about 45% into the end of last year and started to go higher. People love to pick the bottom of a market that's taken a big beating, particularly, if they think there's something to the upside. We saw speculators stampede into the gold futures market and into the gold ETF market, and certainly we've had a very dramatic turnaround in gold stocks. I respected that. I was long for part of that. But what I saw was that toward particularly here post-Brexit, when we had gold rally $100 on the Brexit day, fell off a bit and then rallied some more, but then it seemed to peter out, and I thought at that point I was getting paid huge to write call options on gold, and I said, I am going to short enthusiasm. I did. The call options evaporated in 2 weeks. I took the position off. I've remained short of gold. And, I've managed risk on these things for sure. But I've remained short of gold. I think there's a risk we could have a washout because the boat's so heavily weighted on one side with bullish speculators. That does not mean I think gold is going to zero. I think gold could go a lot higher later. But for the time horizon I'm trading in, that's how I'm positioned.
My man Victor Adair, live from the trading desk on fire. Great stuff. And Victor, I just want to reiterate that on Money Talks, you clearly said that when the Canadian dollar got just above 80 cents, I was early on that. I said 78. You said, no, wait a minute. It's going to go. It goes to 80. You said that looks like it could be the high for the year. So I'm giving you a pat in the back for that one. Victor Adair, live from the trading desk.
Michael,
Thanks,
that
Vic.
was May the 3rd. That was May the 3rd, and that was the same day the U.S. dollar made its low for the year.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was just a great call. Go out and have a great weekend.
Thanks, Mike.